did you guys know last night was going to happen? Like, where are we in that locker room over there right now with an already fired coach and then a historic ass beating on Thursday night? Vibes got to be great, Condor.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's something AP definitely preaches. We, as a team and as a unit, like, we've never been closer. And you see everybody buying in and staying together. And especially after the Minnesota loss, like, that was a game. It was super ugly. It's 3-0. But defensively we played an incredible game for the most part. Just offensively, we had a couple of tough drives down in the red zone where we had a turnover, we missed a field goal. It just didn't go our way. So for us, we knew we could be better, and I feel like that motivated us to go out there and do what we did last night. So we believe in AP, we believe in everybody in this building, and you just see everybody coming together closer. So no, we didn't predict we're going to go out there and do what we did last night, but we had we had the all-time confidence going into that game because we wanted to bounce back from the Minnesota loss.
You talked about how tight your locker room is, and it's obvious. I mean, whenever we're watching and something like last night happens, that's obviously a crew that is pretty well connected. Soul Train line came back. I think I saw some basketball had come back. Has there been any other additions to the locker room over this last few weeks as the vibes are at the most high they've ever been for the Las Vegas Raiders?
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the most part. You see guys playing Super Smash Bros. Every single day. They got a little setup in the locker room. Oh, yeah. So it's definitely a O-lineman type deal. Everybody's in there and the specialists as well. So they're getting after in Super Smash Bros. But honestly, my favorite's the hoop. I just call out the young guys and we play horse. And me and Josh Jacobs, we definitely have our wars. And, it just keeps the energy in here light. But at the same time, everyone's competing. And everyone's getting closer, so it's been really cool.
What's the halftime speech from AP last night? Did he say, all right, boys, if you got sacks to get, now's the time. Picks to get, now's the time. What was the message? Because he was classic coach pissed off we're not done yet on the sideline. That was kind of nice to see, to be honest with you, because I would have been like, boys,
here we go.
We did this thing. Like, what is his coaching style, and what did he say at halftime?
His main message was just don't let off. Keep your foot on the gas, and that was what everyone was preaching because it was 42-0 at half, which is nuts. But at the same time, like, it was only one half of football, and for us, even a couple weeks ago, we played the Chiefs. We're up 14-0, and then we don't finish the game well, and we end up losing. And then you got the Dolphins game where we lose by a touchdown, and we didn't finish the game the way we wanted to. So regardless of the scoreboard, we wanted to just be at our best, from start to finish, and I feel like we did that for the most part.
Tell me about Aidan O'Connell. What a hilarious mustache. What a demeanor. Is he like that all the time? And he has this interesting throwing motion, but he's got an absolute hose. Feels like the boys like him, too. Is that an accurate read from outside in?
Yeah, no question. We love Aidan. You just see him getting better and better every week. As you see, he's dropping dimes out there. He's getting more and more comfortable. It's hard, playing quarterback. It's the hardest position in football, and for him as a young guy coming in halfway through the season and see what he's doing, it's been incredible. So we fully believe in him. We got his back, and he exudes confidence in the locker room. And guys definitely are bought in on him.
I love that. What a night for him. Connor has a question for you, Max.
Yeah, Max, obviously the situation you guys are in with an interim head coach and you're making a push for the playoffs is very, very similar to the one with Rich Bisaccia. Do you sense kind of similar teams between then and now? And is there another added motivation for the players because, you want Pierce to be the full-time head coach, so you want to go out there, put out a good product for the interim job to become the full-time job? Yeah,
everybody in this locker room, is basically new, from the last 2 years. So it's basically me and I think Hunter Renfrow and maybe a couple others that were here during the Rich Bisaccia.
Old asses.
Yeah, it was a different era. So, just having us here and guys that have been through that experience, that's what we've been preaching to the guys. Be like, listen, regardless of what's going on the outside, like, we still have a chance if we come together. And that's what, we preach every day. So, yeah, of course, it's extra motivation. We love AP. We love Champ, as a GM. And we want to win. And for me personally, this is my 5th year. I've had 4 different head coaches. I'm sick of change. I don't want to keep having different coaches every year. Like, I want stability, and I want this team to win and be successful on a consistent basis. And I feel like AP is exactly what, the Raiders have always needed is just a guy that's a full Raider, and he's a Raider to the core, and guys are fully bought in on him, and he's a player too, so he can relate to us on that level as well. So yeah, it gives us more motivation. We want to keep winning, and no matter what, like we're 6-8, but we're right in the mix of it. Everybody's similar as far as records. There's like 5 teams that are 7-6, a lot of teams at 500. So a lot of things need to go our way, but that's exactly what happened a couple years ago. So we're bought in.
The AFC sandwich is thick in the middle.
Oh yeah,
real thick in the middle. There's a lot of 7-6, 6-8. I mean, there is a lot of humans and teams in that area. Anything is possible for every team. Last question for me before the boys have a few more. Mark Davis was all over TV last night. He looked so cool.
yeah.
So cool up in his suite. He looked so cool.
Crushing
I don't know
water.
if that
Pounding water.
Yeah, he had 8 bottles of water in front of him, and then a coffee too. It was either a coffee or maybe a little Irish coffee.
Ooh.
Maybe, we don't know what he was doing, but the waters in front were telling the world, like, let's remember to hydrate while these boys are kicking some ass. Has he spoke more to the team now? Post McDaniels leaving, like, do you guys see him more? Is he, when you guys win, like last night, is he celebrating alongside you guys, talking to anybody, or does he let AP kind of do his entire business and do all the talking for him?
Yeah, you see, it's kind of been the same. Like Mark, obviously, he'll show face, he'll be around the building here and there, but not too often. He kind of stays behind the scenes. But as far as communication with the players, like, that's something that I love about Mark. Like, he's very open, and like, me and him, we talk all the time, and he talks to Josh, and I know he talks to a lot of the guys, and he just he wants to do what's best for the team, and so we love Mark. I think tonight we're gonna go smoke some cigars together at 8 Lounge here in Vegas. So we'll have some good conversation and have a good time. And
find you.
It's gonna be cool. So yeah, we love Mark. He's the man.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said where you guys were going, but maybe go somewhere else. But yeah.
It's all good. I had to give Aidan a shout. My guy Giuseppe over there, the owner, he's a great dude.
Giuseppe is his name? Hell yeah.
Giuseppe Bravo.
Hey, we got Sean Stellato joining us in the third hour today. Obviously, agent for Tommy DeVito. He just went into the Italian-American Sports Hall of Fame. He's getting inducted today, actually. So shout out to Stellato and Giuseppe over there. The Italians are awesome. I saw you smoking that Stogue last night on the set there. What type of Stogue is it? And is that, we know your story. Yeah. Is that you're a cigar smoker, and that's like I don't want to say vice, but is that your thing?
Yeah, I'm a big cigar smoker. I love cigars. I was smoking a Padron last night. So it was a great cigar, and honestly, it's funny. I was walking around the locker room. They're trying to grab me to go on the field and talk to the guys, and I was looking for a shirt, and my strength coach AJ was like, no, just go like you always do. He's like, just don't wear a shirt. He's like, just be you. Bring your cigar with you. We're good. And I'm like, all right, screw it. So I just went out in the field and just did my thing. So that's just me.
Hey, let's get the strength coach into the PR world.
Yeah,
because it looked cool. I mean, that picture of you just hit the internet. I was like,
sweet.
Look at this asshole. Look at how awesome this guy looks after one of the biggest wins in the history of the NFL. 103 years the NFL has been around, Max. That first half score is like the second or third biggest all time.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, great fumbles there.
Yeah.
Turnovers in that first quarter. We're hunting the ball. We got eyes on the ball. Ty has a question for you, Max.
Yeah, speaking of the fumbles, Max, I don't know if you've ever played in a game like that in your entire football career where you just beat the ever-loving shit out of someone like that. 5 turnovers, 2 defensive touchdowns. Is that the most fun you've ever had on a football field? And also, you mentioned being 6-8. Like, is that the type of game that really, like, breaks the seal in the locker room, and it's like, hey, whatever happened in the past, like, doesn't matter. Like, we are capable and we are right in the mix. Like, does that give you a bunch of confidence thinking that, like, hey, this is a playoff team? Like, we are going to go to the playoffs if we continue to play like we did tonight.
Yeah, no question. I feel like in the NFL, it's not easy to win, and games like this are definitely needed for confidence. And the mental side of it is the most important thing. Especially this time of the year. Everyone's, going through things physically. Everyone is trying to find their way into the playoffs, and you get a big win like that on a big stage. I feel like the confidence just, goes up to another level. So everyone in this building believes in this team. We know we have more than enough ability and more than enough talent. It's just about putting it together and doing it for 4 quarters. And I feel like everybody got to see that last night. And then on top of it, as far like you asked about, It was at the most fun I've ever had. Honestly, seeing John Jenkins scooping that and going to the crib was probably the coolest, most legendary moment.
How much did he weigh? What's he at? 3 what?
That's a big boy. You got to ask him because it's anywhere from 360 to 320. But he
in the paint, knee drive, arm swing, touchdown.
Yeah.
He better get. Did he get the ball back? Somebody grabbed that ball for him, I assume.
I would hope so. Yeah, because that's all time.
Yeah, have to. And with a picture, I think with a picture of the full
running in.
I mean, he looked phenomenal out there. That's when you know you're having a blast.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's when we're having a good time.
Living.
Guys covered the over-under in the first half by yourself for the entire game. I mean, what a fun time that had to be. I was on a team that a lot of cardiac situations. I don't think I've ever been on a winning side of one of those. Have you? Is that first, second half we're chilling? Not that you're chilling.
I've never had a game. I've never had a game in my career where I sat. I didn't play in the fourth quarter. I've never been a part of that. My whole career with the Raiders, it's been close games, down to the wire, heart attack type games. And yesterday was different for sure. So it was just good, and just to see the young guys get to step into at the end and continue to ball out. So it was a special moment.
I fell asleep, so I didn't see you.
It was a ball.
I fell asleep. It was tough. Thursday, we got work. That's If you guys keep those games close like you normally do, I get a chance to watch 4 quarters of football here. Tone has a question for you.
Yeah, Max, follow up on that Jenkins touchdown. Was there a second there that you thought he was going to hand it to you and you were going to score, and then but you turned around and said, "Oh, no one from the Chargers is even trying to pick up this fumble and even tackle us, so we're good there." And then there was also a picture that hit the internet last night where your knee looked like you got a pretty nice gash on the same knee that had a balloon in it earlier this week. Did that relieve some pressure? You good there?
Yeah. To answer your first question, I seen the ball on the ground, and when Jank came in to scoop it, I was just literally trying to just be traffic control. I was making sure nobody was coming, and if anybody was running after him, I would be there to clear out. But there was nobody coming. He was out the gate, so I didn't have to do much. But yeah, my knee, got some stitches in it last night. Of course, my left leg is definitely taking some damage, but it's a part of the game. It's something we've been dealing with, and I just caught a cleat and cut my leg open, but I'm all good. It released some pressure for sure.
You're listed as questionable, I think, and we literally, as soon as we saw your name next to questionable, it's there's not a question, really.
Yeah, he's playing.
He's going to be playing. And you, in your speech, even after the game, you talked about being banged up, and we just said we got to do this whole thing. Feels like you're not the only human in that locker room that's got a real dog mentality. Do you feel like you have the group that could potentially do this? I mean, this is a very mentally tough year you'd have to have after a coach getting fired, an entire basic culture transition in this entire, and then to making this run. Does it feel like the locker room is right? It looks like it from outside in, but do you feel that way? And do you all kind of recognize that?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you got guys like Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, there's so many guys that I can go on and name. Our entire D-line, you could see Malcolm Kuntz is taking that next step and elevating his game every week. And, John Jenkins and Adam Butler. And, I can go on and on. But, we know we have the guys in the locker room. It's just about being consistent and putting it together for 4 quarters. And last night was an example of that. If we go and do that on a consistent basis, we can go and compete and beat anybody. So we know that. We know, the odds are stacked against us, but I feel like that's where we thrive. And, we just got to keep taking it 1 week at a time. We have some extra time off. Our next game is, in 11 days from now or 10 days against the Chiefs on Monday night. So Christmas Day game is going to be a huge one. We gotta be at our best.
Another division rival opponent. Mm-hmm. What's the rest of the day look like? We get another tattoo, maybe on our face. We go in cold tub. What do we got?
Yeah, I got some pool work, getting some treatment, getting a massage, getting the body right, and get off my feet a little bit.
All right, enjoy your cigars tonight, enjoy your weekend, and enjoy a historic dub last night that got 2 people fired. Hope you're happy. Ladies and gentlemen, Las Vegas Raider legend, host of The Rush with Maxx Crosby. Maxx Crosby.
Yeah.
His podcast is good. He's a good talker.
Awesome. Yeah.